Hey, Shalom, Akim, Shalom. First thing and foremost, I'm going to give all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Kakwadash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect. Know in the gospel, bro, lifting up the standard of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, wherever it may be. This is, go put the rest, this big controversy going on in Israel right now that Ephraim, Manasseh, and I believe they said Reuben wasn't tribes of Israel. But when you look up tribe just means a particular, you go into tribe, it's the Greek way of nations or ethnos, which is translated into a people or a particular family or group, a tribe. Like you ever heard the term, me and my tribe, okay? When you refer to you and your tribe, you're talking about you, your wife, and your children, or your children. That's your tribe, because your tribe comes from your father or your kinsman through your father, or your lineage through your father, which is basically a group of people that's out of your seed, man. Okay, like you go into Raza or gene or seed or progenitor or husbandman, it goes into your seed. So if you have kids, that's your tribe. Okay, it's just that simple. But you got knucklehead Negroes out here that's making a big deal. Oh, Ephraim and Manasseh won the tribe. Well, how the hell were they won the tribe? Okay, every tribe is a tribe within itself. Judah, okay, Benjamin, Levi, Simeon, Zebulun, Ephraim, Manasseh, Gad, Reuben, Naphtali, Asher, Issachar. Okay, which you can say the sons of Joseph, which was between Ephraim and Manasseh, and Ephraim being the younger brother got the greater portion, and Manasseh was the head, but Ephraim was the greater because he got the bigger portion. He became the multitude of nations. So when you go into when Israel was at war with the Jews, or when they was at war with the house of Judah, usually you can say collectively the house of Israel being the northern tribes or the northern kingdom, with Ephraim being the head of that. So the house of the house of Israel, or the house of Israel, or when it goes into Ephraim in the multitude of nations, is going into Manasseh, Gad, Reuben, Naphtali, Asher, Issachar. Like you got the house of Judah, which is Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. Okay, because the way that the inheritances was divided among Jacob's 12 sons. So when you see Ephraim, by Ephraim being the head of the northern kingdom, that was the greater blessing that Joseph or Jacob gave into the portion of his sons, man. Okay, so you got to get out of your mind how they wasn't a tribe, because you read in Revelation, the 7th chapter says the tribe of Joseph was still 12,000. Well, that word Joseph, it just basically translates, it's really Ephraim. Okay, you can say Joseph or you can say Ephraim, because when you go into the word Yawasop, it means to add. I believe it means to add. And when you go into Ephraim, it goes into basically he is fruitful. Aparium, okay, being fruitful. Okay, so you can't get simple and say, well, it don't say the tribe of Ephraim. But we know that Ephraim is a tribe because you had sons within that tribe, okay? You got Ephraimites today. You got Levites today. They all had respective sons, and they had sons and daughters, which means a fucking tribe, man. All right, it's not that hard. Jake like to tend to complicate things in order to sound deep. So let's look up the definition of tribe real quick, because Jake like to sound deep and they're not. Tribe. Definition. Let's see what it says. Okay, a tribe, a social division or a traditional society consisting of families or communities linked by social, economic, religious, or blood ties. Okay, blood relatives. Okay, Jacob's 12 sons, Judah, Benjamin, Levi, on down to Issachar, those are blood relatives. That's why we say we're the Israelites by blood. Okay, tribe. Okay, with the common cultural and dialect typically having a recognized leader. All right. Yep, a group of people who live together, share the same language, culture, and history, stay outside towns, cities, families. Okay, so getting into it, it says, what can we learn from the tribe of Joseph? It says, technically, there's no tribe of Joseph. Right, and it's going to get into it. Instead, Joseph received a double blessing. His two sons, Ephraim and Manasseh, became his own tribe. Okay, Genesis 48, right? So let's prove that. This is the book of Genesis 48. And I'm going to start at verses 17. It says, and when Joseph saw that his father laid his right hand upon the head of Ephraim, and we all know who the father of Joseph is, right? That's not rocket sciences. It says it pleased him, and he held up his father's hand to remove it from Ephraim's head into Manasseh's head. And Joseph said unto his father, Not so, my father, for this is my firstborn. Put thy right hand upon the head. But you understand that the Lord dealt with he always dealt with the lesser, or with the younger son. Same thing with Jacob and Esau. Okay, who got the greater blessing? Jacob. We got the kingdom, we got the inheritance, we got the law, statutes, and commandments, though Esau was the eldest son. Same thing with Cain and Abel, who offered up a righteous sacrifice. Abel did, and Cain offered up a wicked sacrifice, which was wicked into the sight of the Lord. Okay, so it was all spiritual. Same thing. Out of Jesse's, I believe, 7 sons, if I'm not mistaken, who was made the king of Israel. The younger one, David. Even Solomon among his brothers, okay, was the greater man. Even among the Jacob and what do you call Ishmael and then Jacob, who got the greater blessing, who was the bondman, who was the freeman. Okay, we received the blessing. So the Lord always dealt with the underdog, man. He always dealt with the younger. And it says, and Joseph said unto his father, Not so, my father. It says, For this is the firstborn. Put thy right hand upon his head. And his father refused and said, I know it, my son. I know it. He shall also become a people, and he should be great. But truly his younger brother should be greater than he, and his seed should become a multitude of nations, which is tribes, man. That proves right there that they're their own tribes, because he gave 2 of them blessings. Both had greater blessings. The younger one had the greater blessing, but he said they should become a multitude of nations. And he blessed them that day, saying, In thee shall Israel bless, which we know Jacob's name is turned into Israel, saying, Yahweh make thee as Ephraim and as Manasseh. And he said Ephraim before Manasseh. And the modern day Ephraimites and Manassites are the Cubans and Puerto Ricans. That's why the motherfuckers look alike. Okay, they don't get along for shit, but they look just alike. Sometimes you can't tell a Cuban from a fucking Puerto Rican, man. But they're still Israelites. Okay, Ephraim and Manasseh. Makes sense. And it says here, and Israel did unto Joseph, Behold, I die, but the Most High should be with you and bring you again into the land of your fathers. Okay, so that's the point. Proves that they were tribes of their own respective rights. Okay, so it says, double his blessings, 2 sons, Ephraim and Manasseh, each became his own tribe. And these are the accounts of the scriptures: Genesis 48, the proof, Joshua 14:4, Ezekiel 47:13. It says the Bible does on occasion refer to a tribe of Joseph, which in the book of Revelation, but the tribes of Joseph are just broken up between Ephraim and Manasseh. Okay, mainly Ephraim because he was given the greater blessing. Okay, and we're going to get into it. It says, however, in context, the tribe of Joseph seems to be referring to either the tribe of Ephraim or Manasseh, or to the house of Joseph, which including Ephraim and Manasseh. When Jacob directed a prophecy towards each of his sons, he gave Joseph one of the longest. Joseph is a fruitful vine, okay? Fruitful, okay? And Ephraim means to add, I believe. It says a fruitful vine near a spring whose branches climb over the wall. And with bitterness, archers attacked them and shot at them with hostility. But his bow remained steady and his strong arm stayed limber because of the hand of the mighty one of Jacob, because of the shepherd of the rock of Israel, because of your father's power who helps you, because the Almighty who blesses you with blessings from the heaven above, blessings of the deep that lies below, blessings of the breast and womb. Your father's blessings are greater than the blessings of the ancient mountains and the bounties of the old age hills. But let all those rest on the head of Joseph and on the brow of the prince among his brothers, which is Genesis, the 49th chapter. And as with Jacob's prophecies to his sons, the one of the tribe / house of Joseph contained lessons for us all. That's a whole different time. But that's the point. All right, which proves that there was actually tribes in Israel. Okay, and like I said, this is not a long lesson, but it's just common sense. We just going to read it here, Revelation 7, because you got to make shit simple for Jake, man. I mean, it's easy as 1, 2, 3. Okay, so it says, and I heard the number of them which was sealed, and there was sealed 144,000 from all the tribes of the children of Israel. So of the tribe of Judah was sealed 12,000, and of the tribe of Reuben was sealed 12,000, of the tribe of Gad sealed 12,000, and of the tribe of Asher sealed 12,000, and of the tribe Nephilim, which is Naphtali, was sealed 12,000, and of the tribe Manasseh was sealed 12,000, and of the tribe of Simeon was sealed 12,000, and of the tribe of Levi was sealed 12,000. The tribe of Issachar sealed 12,000. It says, and the tribe of Zebulun was sealed 12,000, and of the tribe of Joseph were sealed 12,000, and of the tribe of Benjamin was sealed 12,000. So if you put 2 and 2 together, common sense would tell you if Ephraim and Manasseh were both given great portions, and it mentions the tribe of Manasseh, ain't common fucking sense that Ephraim is going into it's interchangeable as being the tribe of Joseph. See, you Jakes, man, when you get in that scoffing spirit, that's when that's when you Jakes, man, you start to lose sight of what you're supposed to be doing, because you get into that scoffing ass spirit. And Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai is not dealing with that spirit, man. And if you in that spirit, you got to repent, man, because now you're just being straight up contentious. Because look, check this out. We go into Revelation, we go into Joseph, and in the Greek, it goes into Ioseph, okay, which in the Hebrew is translated as Yawasop. It says, let him add, okay? And then when you go into Ephraim, okay, Ephraim means to be fruitful. Okay, it says the patriarch of the 11th son of Jacob, the son of Jonah of Joam, okay, son of Judah. It goes into the different men of that name, but the one we was focusing on was the 11th son of Jacob. Okay, so Ephraim, Manasseh come out of the loins of Joseph, man, his sons, which was of the 12 tribes of Israel. Okay, so hey, it's just that simple, man. Giving all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashim Rakakwadash. And with that, Shalom and a Baba Ball. Shalom.